and let there be light. Oh, the UI is a bit broken again. I hope you still hear me. I have great hopes that you still hear me. Let's see. Isn't the music a bit louder than usual? Okay. So, hello and welcome. Thank you for coming. It's good to see you again. For today's topic, I have a lot of things in my head, a lot of which are slowly dissipating. First of all, of course, a couple words about the UI. I want to set up, not appointment, friend as you, no. I want to set up a schedule, that's the word, a schedule. The second thing, no, I'm just here talking about things. The thing is, as you can see, I made a couple changes. If someone is a professional designer, this is going to be looking like a 10-minute work because it's 10-minute work. I have taken in the loading screen animation that is supposed to be the basic frame for everything, and I was playing around with it. I'm sorry if the sound is not okay or if there is any problem. The mixer currently is a little bit broken. When I start up OBS, it's working fine, but then it gets a little bit broken. I think it's well, supposedly I'm not sure. I think it's probably a patch or something that happened. There is a missing image. Interesting way to say it. Yeah. So I'm not sure how the audio is. I apologize for it. I hope it's alright. Secondly, to return to the previous topic, I have been thinking about making changes, but there are a couple of things. First of all, I think I'm very lazy. Second, I'm a bit sicklish. Third of all, well, I still have a lot of things to do, some that cannot wait. I have to replant my flowers. I have to try out new smartphones, and yeah, I don't really have many things to. And the next thing is I'm kind of lazy currently. I would have expected my sore muscles to kind of go away by today. Because yesterday, of course, I was after work today, so alright. They kind of not well, but it's go. But today that it didn't go away. Usually, I start to force my legs to do work, do squats and so on, kind of burn out that soreness in the muscles. But well, it's not unusual that it doesn't work, because I sometimes I kind of take things to a bit too far, and well, things hurt a little bit after that for a couple of days, and I probably managed to do that. It's not very much a conscious feeling. I have not expected this to happen, but I also seem to have gotten a little bit weaker. I'm constantly just tired, and I'm not really here or there, just tired. I'm going to check how long the shop is open, actually. But today I already went to the post office, then I went shopping. We you know, it's kind of like a daily walk with the family, with my mother, and you know, just a kind of walk down to the shop and back. She doesn't like it if I don't move enough, so she often asks if I want to go to the shop, and you know, because I need to buy my own things too, and sometimes we go together, and you know, and I buy a couple of things, and I mostly carry everything home. It's, you know, it's usual. I have a backpack, so you know, it's a daily walk, and if we buy something heavy, then I just put it in the backpack. And yeah, I'm kind of tired, like constantly sleeping, and a bit sickish too. But that didn't really work out that well. I have to sneeze. I'm sorry. It kind of gone away. Let's just go to the stuff. And I was honestly too lazy to kind of work for real on well, on OBS backgrounds. But the thing is, I'm making geometric shapes, so I'm not really, you know, it's not that I'm super I can design websites and such, but if I need anything else, well, you know, a header, background image, I ask a designer to do that. It's, no, they are the, you know, they are the professionals. They are the ones who know how to do that. You know, if you look at any VTuber who can actually draw, they make amazing things in minutes. I make very crappy works in hours, so you know, it's uncomparable. But you know, you can play around with things and do a couple little things. And originally I wanted to put a wall there, so I would be behind glass. You know, it would be adding more to the containment chamber kind of thing. But I realized that it would also be a bit weird, but in a way, how should I say this? In a way, kind of, I feel like it would limit me a lot. You know, I don't like to be limited. I don't like to be closed in. And that's kind of the easiest way to say it. And that's all. So I kind of didn't put it in, to be honest. I put the old background a little bit farther, and that's all. I usually use 1920 taken 1020 ratios. I'm not sure, but a lot bigger than I currently stream at, because for me, speed, efficiency, and it generates just yeah, speed. Let's just say speed, convenience, utilitarianism is very important. When I play games, I don't like to, I know how, you see, I know what kind of computer I have. If Crysis, you know, an old game relatively, could make graphics that high for that little on a dual core, then why it is that on a 4-core computer, a new game just runs absolutely horrible 20 FPS and looks ugly too? It's because of bad textures, no good optimization, so many problems. So I expect the game to look good, but because I know what kind of things a modern computer can do. I don't like how a lot of modern games are slow as heck, ugly too. They have these super HD textures that kind of get desized, downsized, and then have to be anti-aliased to a point where you don't even see the texture. so you wouldn't see those compressed sharp lines. I'm very much into speed. Speed, fast, go, convenient, very utilitarian. So I know what my computer can do. In case of streaming, it's still a kind of thing that uses a lot of graphics power. It's still something that kind of the modern computers allowed, because back in the day, I remember that, well, not even streamers, those who have been making videos have been you need a super high speed internet, you need a super strong computer. Streaming wasn't so easy, but it has been a thing for a couple years now. I don't know, maybe 2011, 12, when it started to be a bit better. I'm not sure what is the exact time. That has been, I think, what, 10 years ago or more. So I'm not sure. Maybe even before that. So yeah, it can use a lot. So I don't really like to go, for example, 180p streaming, because I'm afraid that I'm going to get lag spikes again. And I also want a model setup, which going to probably use tracking and so on. I'm going to use a lot, I'm afraid. So we'll see how it's going to be. And if you have a V2 model and you also want to play a game, but I heard that you can, for example, I have a laptop. Maybe I can set up the laptop and the tracking on a different computer and a laptop and send that to OBS. I heard that there are plugins and so on for this kind of thing. So yeah. Anyway, what else? Yeah. What was I talking about originally? I have no idea. So this is how far I got. It's not very much, I know. No. And I'm kind of lazy to do anything else. For the most part, I don't know what I wanted to say. I have been watching Vtubers last night, and even before the stream, kind of a lot. I went to the shopping, whatever it was, 3 o'clock. I have to throw in the washing, and yeah, after that, I don't know. It just had an hour or so. Maybe I was doing things. Yeah, oh yeah, I did this one too. And I was watching these short clips, just a couple minutes each, and yeah, I saw things that I kind of liked. I have seen that, I'm not sure if this happened yet or not, because with clips it's I don't know what was the date on it, but I seen that Iron Mouse and Asmongold is going to have well, they are going to stream together. I really like the Podmiko and Asmongold already. I usually don't really watch Asmongold, only from rarely. I really like the animation that he was a part of the production, or not sure how it went. The song was really good too. I really liked the sci-fi. It really had a kind of Matrix vibe too. I really liked it. I super very much was into it. It was a really good animation. Yeah. Also, mention of I think I wanted to talk about this last time too. I know I have some problems in life, a lot, and I have been just thinking about. I don't know what exactly what I was thinking about, but I know I have a lot of problems, and these due to um, maybe a lot of bad relations to people. Wouldn't say relationships, maybe bad experiences, and I feel like it's kind of healthy. I feel like it's kind of healthy working together with people. Maybe not really, because that's kind of where my problems kind of fruit from a lot of times. But okay, what I really wanted to say is to not go around things. I found Vtubers healthy. Just seeing their interactions, I feel like I can socially learn, and seeing them speak, hearing them speak, not seeing them to speak, in a way. Um, when you see a social person, like one of those YouTubing clips, the thing is, I'm not really that kind of social. I have a lot of problems, so on and so forth. And I really like these interactions, banters, you know, kind of the way they are talking to each other. And I both feel like I'm learning from it, but I kind of feel like it's healthy too. Like I don't have that negative mindset anymore, and I managed to get a couple of female friends too, and I have to say it's a lot better, yes, because you know, if you are not social, then half the time, pretty much everything you say is going to come off as creepy. The reason for this is very simple. One, it can be creepy, but even when you say creepy things, if you can, if you can, if you can present them well, I don't know how to say it. Like, just look up a bunch of YouTubers or VTubers. VTubers to be more precise, because they are a lot more open about this kind of things. The way they are talking, and it doesn't matter what kind of horrible topic they are talking about, is just a lot better presented, I would say. Maybe not even that. So pretty much one, that being social, those things, well, don't really come off that bad. But the second thing is being weird. Being weird kind of come off really badly. And when I was kind of watching how long this remain open. Okay, so back to the topic. Now, when you're talking about something, it's very important who we are talking and what you are talking about. The content often doesn't matter. Sometimes body language is very important too. But first of all, what can you say socially and what you cannot say socially? It's also very important kind of thing. It's not just that you are talking about the wrong things, but how you are. Maybe you are too raw about it. Maybe you are seeing it inappropriately. You are not choosing the right words. And so if you are unsocial or not really have that communication skills, like I don't know. If you are in it, you kind of understand. If you are not, it's kind of hard to understand. Um, then I don't know. If you learn, then everything comes up better, and you have much easier way of talking. And I tend to remember that some years ago I was a lot smoother at talking to people, and I had a lot more and better topics too. And I want to kind of regain that. And I find it, yeah. And another thing is my image of people, and not just girls or boys. Bad Girls 2, kind of. Um, it's in later years it hasn't been really good, and there are a lot of reasons for that. But reasons or not, sometimes I feel like I'm notice something in the background. Sometimes I feel like I'm developing kind of scaredness, like when you're talking with a girl and not just keeping steps away, keeping that kind of distance, you know, but also expecting I don't know, expecting that kind of thing, like think about here betrayal, or think about here I don't know the better word for it, like mischief, like that she, I don't know, like that she want to use you, or later will turn your words against you, or a kind of the fear of the unknown uh, becoming a thing in social aspect. So I've noticed that on myself, and I kind of find it pretty damn bad. Yeah, it's I think it's a very strong sign that things don't really work as they should be. Yeah, and I feel like first of all I would need a lot more human contact, because you will be surprised, I'm not really meeting anyone. Rarely, like once a week at best. And there might be people before the computer will be like once a week. It's not so bad. Like I haven't seen anyone in a month. But the thing is, as long as your skills stay with you and you have no problems, it's okay. But I feel like my social skills are kind of evaporating away from me, and it's becoming hard to talk to people and to make a casual chit chat too. And so I'm trying to change those things. So I have been going to events, a lot of them, some of them, maybe, um, and kind of trying to shake things up. I also realized that it's going to be spring. Technically it is spring, but you know, it's very cold out there, and sometimes it rains a lot. So we don't really have spring technically anymore. It's more like you know, it's supposed to be a gradient between summer and winter, but it's just parts of it changing each other very often. So it's one day, for example, I got a sunburn a couple of days ago. Today almost I got sunburn, because for a couple hours the clouds were away, and now we have so many clouds that I'm expecting a big storm. A couple weeks ago we had snow, which can happen rarely, very rarely in April, but it kind of happens. So it's kind of a lot wider. The weather is a lot wider, and I kind of want to go out and talk to people, go to the park, find where people are, and kind of socialize, which is not an easy thing. I don't even know where to go yet, or where to be at. Yeah. Interesting. So anyway, that's all. I don't know how we got to this topic, but I'm going to try and escape it very fast. So anyway, I really like. Yeah, I already told that I really like watching Vtubers, and I don't want to be like a broken repeating, this record. And interesting. I'm looking at the background, and at one side I see a couple lines, and I don't see that on other. It's very interesting, and it's the same scheme. Scheme, scheme, scheme. I mean, yeah. I'm thinking about what to talk about. If it wouldn't have been very obvious, I kind of have a couple topics in my head, but I'm not sure. Not sure how would I present them, or how would they be something that's worthy of listening to. For example, kind of something that I really have to do is replanting flowers, because they don't really like this kind of container and they are not growing. Right, I kind of have to do that, and I have pots for that and everything. But how is this something to talk about? Is it good? Is it bad? On another note, I noticed that in the UI we have a white and gray, and I noticed that when I choose this scene, like the one item that I have selected has the same color as the background. It looks really good that you have on the scenes a gray background, a gray bluish background, and then when you click on a scene, the scene becomes the top of it, that line becomes white, and so it's the same as the background. But it looks like that big gray background is being cut. And it's really nice. Like, kind of looks like never mind. The thing they use for recording, they slap it together, and that's the start of the scene. So yeah, sometimes I kind of just want to skip the end of things, not really the end of things, but skip this whole process and kind of just talk to people and just play together with people. I should, and this is the other thing that I realized, and I'm sorry I said I'm going to skip this topic, but I haven't really played with anyone, friends or such, but in a long time, and I don't think it's going to be such a common thing anymore, because the thing about the people I was playing with back in the day when we were younger, of course there were a lot more playtime, even beside work, a lot of free days or afternoons, and so it was much easier. Now I had a kind of couple of friends that I had arguments with, and we don't really talk anymore. That's one thing, of course. I kind of feel more content and peaceful since we don't talk. I don't really like for them to hear this, to be honest. With the other friends, it's a kind of thing that well, I had many friends of groups of friends, and I had the ones that were from locally this country, and not necessarily the place where I live from, but we had a common medium, a school or something, trade school or such. And but the thing is, I used to play with them a lot too, but after a time, this kind of friends group can shrink a lot, depending. One of my friends had been working a lot, sometimes even 16 hours. Work life kind of taken him out of the picture. The other guy was, girlfriend, car, whatever else. I think it's called kind of drifting apart or something such. It tends to happen from time to time that groups of friends kind of shrink or people find things to do. And I remember that I have been very busy too and had very little times, and with some group of friends it kind of was also annoying that they would do things, and I would be the late joiner because well, they had a lot of time on Saturday. So instead of waiting for me, you know, kind of the date that we are talking about, they started playing 6 or 8 hours earlier. So I'm standing here like I'm level 1 and they're at level 40, and I absolutely cannot play with them, but they will be like, alright, we want you to play with us, so we are going to come down, and instead of enjoying the game, we are going to kill literally everything around you, like a dead zone, to pull you up. And I guess in a way, well, the intent is not bad, but when they do this constantly and you are just coming up to run around doing quests because they never waited for you, and you don't do the events together in a kind of way. And I'm sorry, my fingers hurt. So there are a lot of kind of, like I would say this is only one thing, but when there are dozens of things like this, for example, when you play with random people, the match is going really good because mostly you stick to your role, you play together, you have fun. And when you play with friends and it's just not fun because I don't know, one guy watched a video and he now wants to be like those groups of friends who like constantly banter or whatever, very negatively kill each other and be like, and now he wants to play like, I don't know why now he wants to play like that. So it throws a bomb under you and every one of you die, and you fail a 20-30 minute mission. The other guy cannot play at all, just constantly either wasting ammunition or stuck somewhere, or the third guy is just constantly going away so far that and constantly dying. And these things happen a lot, and it's normal for these things to happen, and it's not problem, not toxic. Um, but when it becomes a little bit too common, too much, and you realize that it's just so much easier playing with randoms than with your friends. Like with randoms, missions go relatively easily. You have time to talk, sometimes you chat, for example, kind of like these things. And playing with other friends, it's like, that it's just not enjoyable anymore. So, kind of those things happen too. And you have other group of friends. I didn't really have friends that I was playing with. I mean, they had girlfriends, but it wasn't really a negative impact on anything. The thing is, um, I have like two friends who have girlfriends, um, well, in one group, and hasn't been a problem ever. Not like that. And they're surprisingly well together. But other things like work life, 2 shifts or 3 shifts, or other kind of problems, having a car, have to fix the car, or whatever else kind of things. After work, I don't know what they are doing. The thing is, one group of friends kind of shifted apart, and this didn't become better because some of them went to abroad to work, and this kind of the first group of friends are no longer, because well, sometimes it gotten a bit toxic, not really enjoyable. There have been a lot of problems, kind of things I just said. When it becomes funnier playing with randoms than friends, you have a problem there. The second kind of shifted apart. The third one I still have, but and I really like the third one. Don't misunderstand it. But sometimes they are kind of internet friends. They live in other countries, and you know what this means: different time zones, so on and so forth. So this can be kind of hard to organize together. And I realized that while I was not meeting with people, slowly but surely I kind of run out of people around me. Not really, because I don't really had in the last couple years, I don't really had friends around me. The thing is, it's oh, and I have friends who stopped playing games altogether. A kind of usual. Or even sold their computer because it's why would I have it? I just watch YouTube on my phone. Those kind of things. Mm. And it's not like I have friends like some friend can live in another village. It's not like you constantly have them around, or even if he lives in the other side of the city, it just takes hours to meet up. And that's even with a good public transportation. It's just while a tram is relatively fast, a bus not so much. And there is a river at the middle of the city too, so that kind of complicates things. So anyway, I don't want to start meeting with people, but I would need I need ways to meet. Like I like a lot of things, but I kind of want to meet people who play games, you know, and maybe play games again, because I haven't been playing online games, multiplayer games a lot, and kind of meet people once again. Well, it's a hard thing, to be honest, and generally socialize. I don't know. The last couple of years haven't been really good, to be honest. It's kind of a disaster in a sense. So anyway, those are the plans. Maybe I kind of dislike how people drifted apart. I kind of really do. Some of it, don't misunderstand. I have friends that I dropped from Discord or Facebook even. Not all friends is like an online gaming friend, because some people are just toxic. Like they have a negative kind of not aura, but it can get I don't know, toxic a lot of times. The way they speak or the things they speak about, and I honestly don't miss a lot of these. They were It's like constantly carrying a cross around, you know. So and after a while you feel that if you don't drop this kind of people out of your life, like I don't mean that you suck at a shooting game or anything, don't think about small things, but I know that if I don't drop these people out of my life, then sooner or later I am going to become like them, kind of the toxic friend that nobody wants around. And well, I don't want to be that kind of friend. So I still have and I'm part of online communities. Then again, there is the server browser too. I haven't used that either. So I am kind of being not very social, is what I'm noticing, and I want to kind of be somewhat social. I know, we will see. I have been very latent the last couple of years. I often surprise myself how much, and I kind of want to stop. Alright, enough with this topic. We have talked enough about it. Huh, interesting. I checked that the server and I noticed that there are two more people. Deep breath, deep breath. Slight, awkward microphone alignment. I kind of have a lot of topics. Uh, sorry. Sorry. Tired and sneeze. Not really sneeze, but you know, it was there somewhere. I have a lot of topics in mind, but I kind of want a background for it. Something. Now I'm going to get a salary, so hopefully with that I will be able to make like I want a model, to be honest, like something to start with, and I'm going to set up a schedule too, and I will have to make a Twitter account too. I'm unsure about that one, so we'll see. What else? I don't know. For the first time ever, I think I have been talking so much that I kind of run out of topics. It's also that I really have to go to the toilet and it's hard to think, to be honest. Mm, but it's not a multi-hour marathon stream currently. I'm thinking about, I don't know what I want to stream, to be honest. I'm not really in the mood for currently picking wrong games. I just want to get instant, but I really have to go to the toilet. I'll be back, okay? Okay, we are mostly back. Almost at it. Okay. Wow, this first of all we had a line for the toilet. That's pretty much just never happens, but this time it happened. Secondly, I'm kind of noticing that my legs are a lot bigger than usually they are. They are getting very musky. I really like it. The secondly, just walking in and out was I don't know what. Catching a breath. It hurts. No, main muscle in my thigh. So I'm going to do squats today. Maybe try to kind of work it out. Maybe it will, maybe it will work. The second is I wanted to sit back in the chair, but I had a pain in my back, stronger pain too, and yeah, it's kind of an ugly topic. I'm sorry for saying it, but I had two pimples on my back. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Don't hate me. And yeah, well, I went back to wash my hands. Oh, I really am weakened. Kind of, in a way, working kind of messed up my daily routine. I used to work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, either Saturday or Sunday. I was doing the kind of usual push-ups. There is a fitness training for around that, a team based. I want to take off from my stomach a lot of it, and that's the next one I'm going to do. And really hope I will be there. And beside that, by the training, I will be doing ups, not really sit-ups. Sit-ups, sit-ups usually kind of went easily, and I'm not a patient one. Generally, maybe towards myself, not so much. So I tend to go and try to find harder things. The thing I found out is, you have the sit-up position, and you would pull back, but against a leg, and turn against a leg. Use your elbow. For example, elbow is up on the. You have your hand, the back of your head, and with the elbow touch your knee. Then open your leg, raise it, and touch your ankle with the next sit-up. And this is alternating, once left, once right. And so this is the kind of thing I will be doing. And I will always try to measure it up to you do the fitness training around 25-20 minutes, not so much, but the point is to make you look sweated. Then you would I would do a triple of 20s, like a general maintenance kind of thing, but also just hard enough to kind of get muscles. So I would do a normal 20 squats, 20 sit-ups. Usually the sit-ups are the ones that are the longest. Now I do these special kind of sit-ups, 20 of them. But before that I would be doing normal sit-ups, 80. Because with normal sit-ups I don't feel that pain in the stomach. It's kind of like you did nothing. So with that I started at 20-40, then went from 40-60, then 40-80. Then when I was at 120 I was like, what, that's just, I have been doing sit-ups and it's just nothing. I just don't feel anything anymore. So I would be doing harder kind of sit-ups, find ways to do harder kind of sit-ups. But this is what I'm currently doing. There used to be a time when I was doing this kind of sit-ups, when you raise your legs, put them in an X, and then raise your back, and only the center of your weight would be touching the ground. Then you will be doing those kind of sit-ups. Just the point is to enforce your stomach as much as you can to make it work. And with the push-ups, well, I can't really do many push-ups, to be honest. Doing the 20 is already a lot for me. But I really like doing. I'm very happy that I can do 20 push-ups. Right? That's that's a thing for me. Music, please come back. Thank you. Okay. Should be live music in the background now. So yeah. That's kind of a training routine. I don't do it every day because I noticed if I do it every day then I just lose. And I used to running too, not so much anymore. That kind of pulled too much out of me and made me too hungry, which I did not like. But work kind of messes up the schedule. I have no time for anything, not really getting muscular, maybe just getting fatter. No, it's not I don't really. So anyway, I really like having a routine. Now sometimes I am up till 3 a.m. Used to be a maximum of midnight. Maybe I do the training after midnight. But this would mean that I get up at 9 or 10 o'clock at latest. Now sometimes I get up at 11. Kind of breaks the routine even more. So I don't want to blame everything on work and say why work is just evil. But it kind of depends on what you do, what kind of workings you do. I feel like sometimes work kind of sits on my life and I have a hard time crawling forward. And strangely, with some of the things, this is not really how it is, but with some other things, it's very much or so. So, I don't really like that. I want what do I want? I don't know. But I don't really want to sacrifice everything in my life, And I like working oftentimes. There have been many times I had a job where I liked working. And honestly, I was getting up at every day. I had workplaces that I really liked, but I told my boss that I'm sorry, but I constantly losing energy. I just I'm very tired. I can't really do this super much longer. Like maybe I can do a couple more months or half a year, but they should be trying to find a replacement because I'm going to fall out of work sooner or later. I notice that I'm sleeping more. Sometimes I'm late. Those kind of things that you can observe upon yourself that something is not really well. I lost my capability to regenerate well. And if you get lazier, because this is kind of not cascading thing, I don't know, but it does escalate. I don't know exactly the difference. First, you get sleepier. Maybe you lose some time out. Maybe your work and daily life routine maybe just moves a little bit apart. First, maybe this happens once or twice. You have less time, and maybe you notice that, wow, it's 9 o'clock and not 8 o'clock, and now you are going to sleep an hour later, so you'll be late next day, so on and so forth, because you are getting more tired. Then you notice that alright, due to the imbalance, now you have less things to do. So you try to buy things hurriedly. Maybe you forget a couple of things, or you are not taking in enough nutrition, the kind of things. Maybe you forgot to do your washing because you were running all day and trying to kind of work against the things that are stacking up because you are tired. And you kind of notice this trend of things starting to fall apart, because they are falling apart. And I was surprised that I could do this kind of really heavy jobs, and I kind of grow into it. And after I have been doing for 6 or 9 months, after that I just got tired. Not tired of the work, no, I kind of gotten used to it. I had the routine set up. I was living a very nice and continuous life, and those things just started to get out of balance. Like you suddenly lose time, and you cannot tell why. Well, because you are more tired at work. Okay, you are more tired at work. What else? Now that you are more tired, you are doing things slower, or have a harder time, or you are, you know, mellow before the computer and you don't even notice it, but you're just because you're tired, you are staying forward for 3 minutes. Oh no, you have lost time. Now you can sleep less. You know, you go home, you have a 2-hour nap because you have been tired since a couple of days, and just after a time, you notice that these things start to pile up. And I have had times when I was I had to throw in the washing too late, and the next day I had to work with kind of wettish clothes on, because, you know, I got home, and yesterday yesterday have been a wild day. I just noticed yesterday after the stream, my father came home, so I sit down to the bed, and I kind of fallen asleep, and for many hours. I think I gotten up at 11, 23. No, I'm 23 o'clock or 11 night, and I don't really know how much hour was I asleep. Maybe it was just 6 o'clock, so that's what 4 or 5 hours. Maybe more or less, but you know, you just suddenly fall asleep. It's weird. It's really weird. And even now I'm tired. My eyes feel heavy. So yeah. But you know, I have been washing out my things. That's one thing I got in order. And yeah. Test widget button, I love it. I want to test widget later on. Anyway, yeah. I kinda like these kind of things. It's nice to be home, you know. It's nice to catch up with things. It's nice to be able to do things. I have much to think about. I'm not sure. I still haven't had time to. It's not true that I haven't had time. I was watching Vtubers for hours. Well, not yesterday. Yesterday I was asleep for the most part of it. And today too I was sleeping a lot. Yeah, I kind of catch something too, so I'm kind of tired. But I think I kind of going to watch back my streams to see what is how. This stream might be nice for a template, and I think I'm going to start adding things just to, you know, fill out emptiness, as they say. Yeah. I think today I'm going to go early. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm sorry for being so mellow today. I try better next time. But I was very happy that you have watched it and you have heard my voice. Thank you for coming